All right, guys, how's it going? It's Matt, and it's a beautiful Saturday afternoon. Actually, a great chance to go out and do some flying. Now, I've never really brought you inside the aircraft other than when I've had an instructor and had a chance to really explain a little bit about what you're seeing here. So what I've just done is I've done an exterior walk around of the plane, checked all the different systems that are required as far as surfaces, fluids, fuel, things like that. And now I'm inside doing my pre-flight checklist here to make sure before I taxi that everything is good and I don't get out there and have to come back, which is a waste of time. So throughout the course of this video, you're going to see me talking to you, but I'm also talking to myself, and every once in a while I'll talk to somebody else that isn't in the cabin, which is air traffic control for our area. He tells me basically, ground controller tells me where to go on the ground, tower controller tells me how to act in the air and gives me clearance to land. So I'm still relatively new to solo flight. I'm not used to it, so if you're an experienced pilot and you're watching this and you want to pick out all the little failures or things that come up, there might be a few of them. I'm guessing none of them major. So anyway, every time that you fly a plane, you have a checklist, and pilots are typically methodical about following their checklist because it's important. If you miss something on here, you're probably in trouble. It's not something that you want to miss, especially if you have like a complex aircraft that has gear that rescinds or what have you. All right, so let's get to taxiing here. Master on, mag start, oil pressure's good. Lights as required. We'll go ahead and turn on this, and we don't need a taxi light. It's daylight outside. We don't need our strobes just yet. We'll turn our navs on, and we don't need pitot heat. All right, flaps up. Avionics is already on. That's how you can hear me. We'll get ATIS here, and the ATIS is basically a repeating weather forecast for the airport, and it also tells us what to expect as far as a runway and any special conditions that may exist, which is 120, let's see, ATIS is 120.625.
Information Lima, 1945 Zulu weather, wind 220 at 6, visibility 10, 25,000 scattered. Temperature 21, dew point 3, altimeter 29907. Landing and departing runway 18.
Okay, so he's basically telling us that we have information Lima. It goes in alphabetical character, Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, so forth, and that it's 1945.
Delta, I'm guessing you're going to want to go to self-serve.
Yes, sir.
Turn right on Bravo, contact ground point 85. Have a good day.
So we'll go ahead and switch over. And
85.
there we go. So now I can tell you a little bit about what he's saying. He's saying that the time that was recorded is at 1945 Zulu, so 1945 military time, and that's Greenwich Mean Time, or Zulu time. So our time plus 6 hours. Winds are 220 at 6, so I'm actually going to set my heading bug to 220. Just so I know where the wind is.
November 533 Charlie Papa at Twin City Aviation. Information Lima, we have an IFR plan on file.
So you can see, we'll turn this down for now.
We are, as filed, maintain 3,000, expect 5,000 10 minutes after departure.
Okay, so he's saying winds are 220 at 6 knots, so it's out of 220, so it's basically going to be out of the southwest, or south-southwest. Clouds are 25,000, 25,000 feet. No factor for us. Temperature is 21 degrees Celsius. Dew point is 3 degrees Celsius. Altimeter is 29907. So an altimeter is works on barometric pressure. So if the wind is up, or I'm sorry, if the pressure is up, you can bound to bet you got to set a different setting, and that basically sets our altimeter. So pressure tells us how high we are, and especially that's important when flying, because you have to have the same setting as everybody else. We've gotten all of our clearances here, so we're just going to make sure we're set up. ATIS, or ground is 121.85. We have ground there, and tower is 121.8, or tower is going to be 121.85 and 132.4. So, you know what, this is not working again. So I'm not worried about the GPS, I'll set this to 132.4. Okay. So that's tower, that's ground. We'll turn them back up. Okay. Ground 121.5. So I'm going to taxi up now and I'm going to get my instructions. They're going to tell me how to get to the runway. Now, we're flying a runway 18, so my bet is that we're going to get, just go right down ahead of time, just a guess. Charlie, Bravo, Charlie 1, crossing runway 9er. Let's see what he says. No ground, Skyhawk 734, Romeo, Quebec is off Michigan West with Lima. Request taxi to the active for some pattern work.
Skyhawk 734, Romeo, Quebec, runway 18, taxi via Charlie, Bravo, Charlie 1, cross runway 9er.
All right, 18, Charlie, Bravo, Charlie 1, crossing 9er for Romeo, Quebec.
Do you want full stops or touch and goes or what?
If we can get the option, that'd be great. Otherwise, we'll go for touch and goes.
Roger.
All right. So we're going to taxi out, and believe it or not, what you're seeing here is, even though I'm holding the controls, these do nothing. I'm actually steering with my feet on the rudder pedals. And the rudder pedals basically pull springs on the nose gear that let me know, or let me, control where the aircraft is going on the ground. Now, I'm a little further away from the runway that I'm going to have to taxi for a while, so I don't know if I'll have this all in the video. And I apologize if I'm not able to narrate everything I'm doing. But you will hear me saying everything I'm doing, and that's for my benefit as much as yours. And for those of you that might ask, how did you know where he was going to send you or how he's going to send you? That comes just flying out of the same airport every time. So typically he has a route that he prefers to send people. And in this case, it's, to our airport, it's like this. It's basically Charlie runway, down to Bravo, make a right. Charlie 1's another runway. And the way that taxiways work is they don't actually say Charlie, Delta, and what have you. It's, again, just like the information that we have for ATIS, we use that so there's no confusion in the actual communication. So and actually what you see me doing with the ailerons here is that I'm turning them into the wind or away from the wind depending upon my current clear left, clear right, my current angle into the wind. Ooh, there's a plane. You can't see it, but I can. He's coming in steep and hard. I've never seen a plane act like that. He's coming in hard. Or fast, at least. Clear left, clear right. And he actually pulled it off really nice. Nice float down to the ground. So we're only going to do maybe 2 or 3 landings. I just want to get the feel for it again. Get my flare a little better off. That's the biggest challenge for me is the flare. My approach to landing isn't bad. My pattern work isn't too bad. But once I get up there, I'm not going to be talking to you that much, so I have to focus on specific things. I'm not a pro pilot that can walk you through everything while I'm up there. That said, if you have any questions, you can post them below in the comments, and I'll try and explain them to you. Looks like there's a couple planes waiting to take off.
Looks fuel. Drive via Charlie and Alpha 1, hold short, runway 18.
to ground, Cessna 9257 uniform is on taxiway Bravo, request taxi to self-serve.
Cessna 57 uniform, taxi to self-serve via Bravo and Charlie.
To self-serve or via Bravo and Charlie, 57 uniform.
Alright, so there's actually another aircraft in the run-up, and that's fine. It's made to accommodate like 2 or 3, but it just means I have to be a little more aware how he's angled. That's going to make a difference for me here. He's kind of taken up a good chunk of the...
Service fuel, cross runway 18.
Cross 18, service fuel. After ground, Archer 3015 Delta at Minnesota, or at Sierra self-serve, request taxi to Minnesota West.
Archer 15 Delta, taxi to Minnesota West via Charlie.
To Minnesota West via Charlie, 15 Delta.
Alright, we're in a run-up area. We're just going to follow, again, a checklist. Run-up, so brake set. Fuel is on both. Trim is set for takeoff, which it pretty much is. Trim wheel actually just controls the little tab on the back of the elevator. Flight controls, just making sure that they respond and that they're clear of my knees when I fly. We're going to check our instruments here. We're straight east at this point, and wow, is this thing off? That happens. A little bit to 12, so about right there. Mixture is pretty much best power. Primer is in and locked. We're going to mag check ourselves here. We're going to mag checks just basically check to make sure that the redundant systems are good and that we can handle regular flights. So I'm 1700. Check one mag, I look for a drop in RPM, back to both. Same thing on the other. I come back to both. I'm going to pull my carb heat. That's fine. I'm going to check my oil pressure, oil temperature, alt static. So I'm going to watch my suction jump a little bit. That's good. And I'm going to check my voltage by flipping a landing light here, just to get a little jump there. Now I'm going to bring it back to idle. And make sure it doesn't shut off on me. So, vacuum, mags, amps, volts, oil pressure, oil temperature, which I did check. Idle check closed, we did that. Throttle friction, now we'll go through pre-takeoff, flaps up. Mixture best power, carb heat is off, heading indicator is to compass, doors and windows are good. Transponder, which is actually saying my location and altitude to the tower, is transmitting and squawking. Landing light on, don't need that during the day. Strobes as required, so I'll turn those on now before I get out on the runway. Even though I typically turn them on the runway. It's been a while since I've flown, don't want to forget. Time note, I think it's 2:31. I'm going to write down 2:31 p, just so I know. Alright, so looks like this guy's taking a little longer. Let's see what he's going to do. Go over 132.
Lima, do you have your transponder on? I've got a no transponder target in that location.
Okay. So I'll make sure he doesn't move on me.
Lane 66 Sierra, you might have traffic at 12 o'clock and a mile eastbound, climbing through 2,000 feet.
7166 Sierra is looking for traffic.
Now I'm going to let the tower know.
Do you have your transponder on?
That
yes,
I'm at the whole short line here and I'm ready to take off, and he'll tell me what to do next.
78 Lima has a traffic in sight.
78 Lima, is that traffic ahead of you?
Just got to wait for a break.
Yes, he's ahead of us.
Okay, then it's not your transponder that's not working. Climb reference that traffic to the northeast and report 2.5.
Okay, we'll report 2.5.
Noka Tower, Skyhawk 734, Romeo, Quebec, holding short 18, ready to go.
Right. 3 people called at the same time. Cessna 8 Sierra Pop, turn right on Bravo, right on Alpha, cross runway 9er and taxi to 18.
Right on Bravo, right on Alpha, cross runway 9er to 18. 8 Sierra Papa.
Who's ready on 18?
4 Romeo, Quebec.
That's the 4 Romeo, Quebec, enter left traffic, runway 18, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 18, 4 Romeo, Quebec. So now he's given me clearance to take off, so now I'm going to run out here. We're on runway 18, facing 180 degrees.
4100 Quebec Tower.
Just checking the final, looks good.
4100 Quebec is 5 miles to the
Lined up center line, and here's where I quit talking to you for a while.
information Lima.
Roger 4100 Quebec, roger, you're landing in Anoka.
And 00 Quebec is landing.
Airspeed's alive, gauges in the green.
Enter a left downwind for runway 18, 00 Quebec.
Anoka Tower.
Let's get out of here.
Tango Papa, we are now 2.7 miles from the airport.
Airline 66 Sierra, continue on the downwind, I'll call your base.
All right,
My base, 716.
wings level, ball center, nose to the horizon. Let's climb out.
3 Charlie Papa, ready for takeoff.
Here's 533 Charlie Pop, hold short.
Holding short, 3 Charlie Pop.
All right, so we're climbing out. Positive rate of climb is good. We feel good here. We're just gonna fly our runway heading until we're 500 above.
Runway 18, clear to land.
Tango Papa, clear to land.
And we're 500 above.
Sierra, you're following traffic at 2 o'clock and a mile on the final, report him in sight.
66 Sierra has him in sight.
6 Sierra, roger, follow that traffic, number 2.
Number 2, following the Cessna.
Come on, baby, climb. There we go. Let myself get a little fast there.
Archer 00 Quebec, turn northbound and continue northbound. I'll tell you when to turn a left base.
Northbound for Archer 4100 Quebec.
Let's get it done, Matt. A little high. All right, so the downwind, got to do my checks.
Test 4 Romeo Quebec, you're going to be number 2.
Roger that, number 218 for Romeo, Quebec. Downwind, seatbelts, fuel on both.
4100 Quebec,
Fuel in
traffic
both,
is off
mixture
your
full
left
rich.
wing around. He's at about
Repeat.
mid-field left downwind. That's the traffic you're going to follow.
Actually, we got to get trimmed up here for
00 Quebec has that
85.
We'll follow him.
You just plan to extend your downwind, and then when you're behind him, you can make your base turn reference him.
Okay, we'll fly a little ways out, give him some room. 00 Quebec.
All right, back to 1500. First notch of flaps.
Anoka Tower 66 Sierra, is it okay if I land long?
66 here, clear to land, runway 18.
Yeah.
Land long approved.
Land long approved, 7166 Sierra.
Tech nav 9 Tango Pop, where do you park?
East side.
Left turn Bravo, ground point 85.
Left Bravo.
That's 4 Romeo Quebec, the traffic you're following is just passing off your left wing on the final.
Traffic in sight for Romeo, Quebec. This is going to be a full stop.
That's 4 Romeo Quebec, roger, follow that traffic.
Number 2 for runway 18 for Romeo, Quebec. Am I clear? All right, second
That's
notch.
4 Romeo Quebec, you're number 2. I'll advise you when you're clear to land.
Roger, number 2, 18 for Romeo, Quebec.
Archer 00 Quebec, you can start your base now.
00 Quebec, turning base.
Cessna 4 Romeo Quebec, runway 18, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 18 for Romeo, Quebec. We're just going to do one today.
Anoka Tower, Skyhawk 8 Sierra Papa, holding short, runway 18, second in sequence.
Back 8 Sierra Pop, roger, hold short.
Hold short 8 Sierra Papa.
Airline 66 Sierra, right turn at the end, contact ground 121.85.
Right turn at the end, contact ground 121.85, 66 Sierra.
Archer 4100 Quebec, runway 18, clear to land, your traffic is short final.
100 Quebec, clear to land on runway 18.
Cirrus 3 Charlie Pop, did you call ready yet? There's a whole bunch of people talking over each other. I'm not sure if you called me or not.
Roger, ready for takeoff, 3 Charlie Papa.
Roger that, thank you.
All right, we're down.
Just 4 Romeo, Quebec, make a right turn at runway 27 and contact ground 121.85.
27 and ground, 4 Romeo, Quebec, so long.
See ya.
All right, so we're going to clean up the aircraft. We just did one quick landing. I actually think I've got some, not a control issue, but there's a lot of planes in the pattern right now. Don't really feel like flying it like that. Might come back out tomorrow with planes available and do it again. So we'll turn off beacons, leave a turn
533
off.
Charlie Pop, runway 18, line up and wait.
Actually.
Line up and wait
For taxi.
3 Charlie Pop.
All right, let's go ground.
00.
And he's going to give me instructions back to self-serve. No ground, Skyhawk 4 Romeo, Quebec off 27, going to self-serve.
Sky 4 Romeo, Quebec, taxi to self-serve, turn left on Charlie.
Charlie to self-serve 4 Romeo, Quebec, thanks. Today is a beautiful day.
To ground, Cessna 9257 uniform is at self-serve, request taxi to Indiana West.
Cessna 57 uniform, taxi via Charlie.
Via Charlie, have a...
Yeah.
All right, Charlie 1. So you guys got a bit of an idea. We just did one run around the pattern, and that's really odd, but that's really all. I want to do 2 or 3, but, you know, right now I need some time to really work through things. Oh, I got a door open. The hell did that happen? That was locked, but wow. I went flying apparently with a door that might have been ajar. So we pump our own fuel around here, just like for your car. There is full service available, but we don't use it. Keeps cost down because it costs about 50 cents more a gallon. So it's just basically a fuel pump with a little extra cord. So current time is just about 3 o'clock.
Located Mike Current, altimeter 29905.
29905. The reason why they say 9er as opposed to 9 is it goes back to, again, being confused. 9 may sound like something else. So 9er was signified to indicate 9. Pull over here into self-serve. All right, well, you guys got to see a little bit about what flying the plane is all about, once around the pattern. And I'm sure I'll post future videos down the road to help you understand what's going on. But for now, if you have any questions, post them in the comments below, and I'll try and answer them until my next video.